Hello everyone and welcome to my guide to soloing Blackwater Call to Arms. I went into this blind because I didn't really want to be influenced by anyone else in developing my own strategy, and I didn't really want to force my playstyle to fit someone else's vision. So for this video, I went in blind. After completing the recording of this and in research on what other guides were telling people, I found some videos that implemented other methods. I'll link those in the cards, end screen, and description, and with that, we'll get on into it. I ran my two semi-auto pistols because that's my preference, my bolt action and pump action shotgun. In the video I linked in the description, they used a pistol, a revolver, a sniper, and a repeater to sort of be dipping into those different ammo types. I prefer a bit more of a ground level play, and it's not as vital to have different ammo types. For my style, I do recommend carrying the 100 regular rounds, 100 high velocity rounds, 100 express rounds for both your pistol and rifle. 60 shotgun rounds and 60 shotgun slugs are also recommended for this. To me, the most important ability card is Paint It Black. It helps with the snipers and wagon gunners greatly. From there, I think everything else is just preference. I recommended having max health tonics, max potent health tonics, max miracle tonics, and max potent miracle tonics. You can carry special miracle tonic if you want, but I don't find it necessary. So just have these ready, as well as plenty of game to eat just in case. You're just going to need to be refilling your core sub, and you just want to be making sure that you don't get one-tapped by some sort of shenanigan or unlucky moment. I don't worry about the setup of townsfolk too much. If you want, you can place one by the docks, and you can place one by the courthouse to be near you as you go. I find them a waste of time, and I prioritize ammo in between rounds. The only thing I would say to make sure you have ready is the expanded compass or minimap. You can go ahead and skip the setup. I feel like in wave 1 through 3, you can get away with pretty much whatever you want. Just don't stand next to any dynamite or something silly like that. I prefer speedrunning these rounds, moving around on horseback. There's not really a lot of fear other than dying to some thoughtless mistake. So just stay focused. It shouldn't be too bad. Regular bolt rounds and regular shotgun ammo should be fine. Again, I prioritize getting ammo between rounds over healing NPCs. In waves 4 through 6, I dismount just to be cautious. The game does get losable in these rounds, but not that hard. Here I would recommend knowing your limits and your strengths as a player. If you want to implement standing behind the courthouse, which is what I'll do in round 7, there is no shame in that. I just know that I can handle these waves in the open, but the goal is to win, and you win by surviving. So if you feel the need to go early, do so. The big thing about being here and surviving in the open is making sure you have space to run to. Never have enemies on all 4 sides of you. You can do this by continuously clearing a route to run to. Watch your minimap. Machete guys will spawn, and while not particularly bad at any kind of range, they will one-tap you in melee range. Just play smart and keep an eye on your minimap. I usually start to preemptively use my level 1 tonics around wave 5. This is to prevent getting one-tapped by an unlucky shot. Wave 5 here, people will be attacking from the water, so be prepared for that. And on wave 6, snipers will spawn, so do be careful of that. If you're health tonicked or have plenty of deadeye, they aren't so bad. Just be careful. Any mistake can cost you the work you've put in to get this far. If you have the patience for it, or don't feel the most confident, go ahead and start doing what I do in wave 7 on wave 5. Just make sure you get ammo in between rounds, the 3 most accessible being the courthouse, the docks, and the far end of town. I actually didn't start wave 7 off by doing the strategy. Frankly, greedy of me to play like this. I did want ammo, and if I go to the courthouse too soon, I personally tend to lose discipline, which is a flaw in my own gameplay. This greediness cost me a couple of tonics that I shouldn't have had to use. What we'll do is set up on the corner of the courthouse and take pot shots. It's essentially the same thing as the roof, but we have space to rotate, either to the docks or the camps if we need. Largely, you won't get pushed. The armor guys even tend to chill at range if you put a little bit of damage out on them. Just make sure you tonic fairly regularly and don't take too much damage. For me, this is easier and more fun than the roof strategy, but don't be afraid to do that one if it suits you better. The only type that should push you particularly hard should be the machetes. Just make quick work of them, keep checking the map, and put them down. Eventually, people will spawn to the back right of you, the courthouse, on the west side. Just make sure they don't path behind you, and if they do, kill them quickly and return to your spot. As you get through the round or start running low on ammo, You can change location to the dock if you're confident enough. Eventually, the only thing left will be snipers. If you have a tonic running, it's pretty easy to handle the wagons, just Deadeye and Strafe. If you have painted black, swipe across the head, they'll go down. The game does sometimes randomly spawn enemies if you go too long without killing an enemy. I'm not sure how this works or when it happens. It's just something I try to avoid. Again, as you can see in 8, I lose my patience, even before it's just snipers. All the armor guys are wiped out, so going out isn't the worst thing in the world, but you can see the game spawns more enemies than are left in the wave. This almost cost me the game, so just stay more patient than me if you want. I find aggressive play more fun, just do whatever's best for you. You can absolutely stay put behind the courthouse in wave 9 and 10. The big thing in 9 and 10 are the armor guys. They tend to stay at range from this position as long as you put damage out on them. If they do push you, give ground. Personally, I cannot stand explosive ammo, but it is part of the game and it works wonders on these guys. So bring it if you want to and save it for the armor guys. Otherwise, high velocity in my pistol is what I use to bring them down, keep them at range, and to steal terminology from MOBAs, they are susceptible to kiting, as well as dynamite. Using Deadeye on the armor guy ate through my core pretty hard, so it was pretty important to bring a lot of food. Bring more than I did, bring him into game, and bring time big game if you want. I didn't, but it would have been very helpful.